Hey, g'day folks, it's Dean here, your passive income coach. Welcome to another video. Today's video is all about how to buy your first miner in the Bitclub Network. Okay, so we're going to look at how to make a purchase into a pool for a complete share and start generating some passive income. So let's get the share screen happening. All right, so here we are. This is a Bitclub Network landing page. Okay, and just a reminder that the Bitclub mining pool, okay, is all about mining Bitcoin. And the way we do that, we simply buy mining equipment. Okay, and so in pool 1, you're buying basically 1 miner. Pool 2, you're buying 2 miners. And pool 3, you're buying 4 of them. So each miner is basically $500. The real big difference between the pools is the amount that you get to keep in commission compared to the amount that goes back into recycling, paying for future purchases and future equipment. When you first get started, you probably want 100% going back into compounding. So you got to sort of think down the track. When I'm a little bit further down the track, you really want to be taking out more commissions on a daily basis. So I always recommend to people, if you can afford it, jump into pool 3. But if not, start with $500 and we'll get that started and start earning your income that way. So what you really want to do to get started is, before I jump into that, we also have the opportunity to buy into a GPU mining pool. So in addition to Bitcoin, so this is just Bitcoin pools, you also have the opportunity to buy into mining pools that will do Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Monero, and Dash. Okay, so again, it's a 1,000-day mining contract. Excuse me. It's a 1,000-day mining contract. And again, a small percentage of your daily returns goes back into recycling and buying more equipment and, maintaining the account. So the thing is, you'll never run out of mining equipment. You're always upgrading and having more equipment, being repurchased for you and growing your overall stake, okay, which is the power of compounding. So how do we do that? So quite simply, choose the level that you want to get started at, or if you want to get started on all of them, you can simply go into the founder pool. All right, and we go buy now. All right, we wait for that to go forward. And now I've been having a little bit of a problem here today. And again, this problem is still persisting. So normally what would happen is just in here is you would have the hash code. Okay, now for whatever reason, the hash codes aren't showing up. But normally you would just copy the hash code, take that over to your wallet, and then make the payment. Now I always round up the last number up 1. Okay, so in this scenario, I'd pay 1.992031888 Bitcoin Cash. Okay, make sure you send it from your Bitcoin Cash wallet, not Bitcoin. It won't work. Okay, the reason for rounding up is because you just don't know how many other rounding numbers there are sort of down the track. So I always like to round up just a touch. Literally, it's like 6 cents, 5 cents. So I always get my transactions through a lot quicker. Now, if you don't get the hash code here, you could simply just change screens, come back and do it again. Or alternatively, what we could actually do is deposit directly into your wallet. So you can actually deposit into Bitcoin itself or into Bitcoin Cash, depending what you have. So if you do deposit Bitcoin into your Bitcoin wallet, then make sure you use your Bitcoin wallet to do the transfer. If you're going to transfer in Bitcoin Cash, then make sure you transfer it to your Bitcoin Cash wallet. Now, if you do use Bitcoin, you will need to convert it. New conversion tool, you will need to convert it into Bitcoin Cash. Okay, all invoices are paid in Bitcoin Cash, but you can transfer in Bitcoin or you can transfer in Bitcoin Cash. You just simply have to convert it to Bitcoin Cash. Okay, so if you do have a Bitcoin Cash wallet and you've got money ready to go, okay, simply come in here, scroll down, take the deposit. Okay, take your deposit code, put that into your wallet, okay, and then transfer it in. I've already done that. I'm just waiting for the coins to hit. Okay, so I'm just going to pause it there. I'm just going to wait for the deposit to finalize. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to set up the rest of the miner. So I'm just going to pause it here and wait for that to finalize. All right, so we're back and we have the amount of Bitcoin Cash has now hit the wallet. Okay, so you can see we've got our 2 Bitcoin Cashes come through, which is just over the $2,000 US. So that will now allow us to buy a pool 3 component. All right, so we can either do that through the welcome screen. You can buy the various pools, or you can actually go to the shop and you can buy a mining share from the shop. It just brings you to the page. Buy now. Now, because we're not paying for it directly with the hash code, we're actually going to use our Bitcoin credit payment. Okay, so in this scenario, we'll go Bitcoin credit. All right, and yes, pay the invoice. Done. All right, payment received. All right, okay, and it says you've made your payment. All right, it's going to be sitting in pending for a little while. Now, what eventually will happen, okay, is you can see already we've come up and it now says we've got 1 share in the mining pool. All right, and then probably tomorrow or in a few hours' time, we'll actually come up here and we'll say we've got 1 share with the date paid, which is the 11th of March, and we'll say it expires in 1,030 days, and then we will have that 30-day setup period, and then I'll start paying out the payments from day 999. Now, whilst I'm here, what we're going to do too is we're going to set up the auto rebuy. So we're going to basically put all the money in and compound it. Okay, there's no point taking out a little trickle. What we want to do is use the time, use the next 6 to 12 months to try and really compound up our amount of mining equipment that we've got, so that we can generate a little bit more in terms of our daily income. So we're going to change it to 100. So it just simply means that each day 100% is being pulled into our holdings. Okay, and what will happen is as we get paid, rather than being paid out, the whole amount will go into repurchasing. Okay, and this will slowly build up over time. When we actually have enough Bitcoin in the unused section, that's the equivalent of 10% of the pool. So in a $200 pool, in the $2,000 pool, 10%, that means we need to have $200 worth of Bitcoin. So when we have $200 worth of Bitcoin, it will automatically buy a 10% share into the next into the next miner. And so, from there, that's basically how we're going to compound up how we go. Look, so that's it. That's how you get into, just simply buying your mining equipment. What I'll do is for the next video, I'll jump back into my account and we can see how that's sort of grown over time, and I'll give a bit of an update on how we go. So look, if you enjoy the video, I love sharing with people how we make a passive income. Subscribe to the channel. We share more than just simply Bitclub Network. We look at other opportunities on how to maximize a passive income return and how to take control, of your day-to-day finances whilst you're actually, while you're working. So we want to build this on the side whilst you have an income, so that eventually over time we can replace your income through a passive income stream. So make sure you subscribe down below. When you subscribe, click the little bell button beside it. That'll give you a notification when I push out a new video. And I hope you enjoy. Leave some comments down below, and I'll endeavour to get back to you with any questions you might have. All right, that's it. Take care, and I look forward to bringing you the next update.